Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. It's me, John. It's episode 422. We're doing regular episodes again, kinda. I mean, I don't know. We're probably gonna take next week off, actually. I guess I'll just say that real quick. Yeah, next week, don't expect it. We're doing our Game of the Year stuff next weekend. No podcast. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna be busy as hell. Busy as hell. Yes, hi, it's me, John. With me this week is Lorelai. Lorelai, say hi.
Hi, it's good to be back.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to pod again with you.
Folks, it's been kind of a slow week. I'm gonna be honest with you, with regards to games and all that. Not a lot of news. I haven't been playing shit. I've been really busy with work. You've been playing some stuff though. So,
Oh yeah,
if you want to discuss what you've been playing, you know, hit us with some stuff. Let's hear what's going on, because it's been a hot minute since you've been on, Lorelai. You can just lead us into the show here.
yeah.
Hit us with some stuff that you've been playing.
I'll pop it open with a couple of quick hits because they're games you've heard me talk about a billion times. And I don't need to go into super detail with them, but the new Final Fantasy 14 patch came out. It was really good. The new 24-man, fantastic. The writing of the main story, fantastic. The new trial has really, really good music. Just really a lot of good stuff in there that's got me enjoying the game again. I'm retiring from raiding for a while. It's been kind of fun with Final Fantasy 14 lately. Replaying A Realm Reborn and all that. But really, that's all I got to say about it. There's new content. It's all good. And then I also fell deep back into that Neo 2 hole I was in the last couple of years that I never really got out of, but I'm kind of amazed that the game is still, like, as active as it is. Like, I can get on and, like, choose to join some random person's multiplayer game, and I never have to wait. It's, like, always active. There are always still people playing that game, asking for help, or just wanting to team up with people, and it's kind of amazing that, yeah, after years, that game still has, like, a super active online scene with people still playing regularly. And yeah, Neo 2 is still, like, a fucking incredible game to play. And now on one I want to talk about in a little more detail. I've also dug a ton more into Aiden Chronicle Rising, finally. I've wanted to really dig in to it for a long time, but I wanted to do it on stream. So I hadn't really started playing outside of just poking at it. In the last few weeks, I've been playing a ton, and it's just really, really nice having a game that, yeah, it's a prequel, and it's an action game, kinda, but, like, the action is really fun, the way you build out combos is really fun, and, like, the entire game is just doing side quest kind of stuff to build out the town. But it's just a really nice, chill experience with a fun story and good characters and an Australian kangaroo named Roo, which kind of rules. It's it's a fun change of pace from, like, hard action games and MMOs, and, like, I've really, really, really been enjoying myself with it again. Yeah.
That's good.
Would highly recommend for fans of RPGs, even basic, JRPGs. The animation is great, the art style is great, the music is great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So I guess we could just kind of hop into some news then.
Yeah.
All right. So God, there's just been some weird cancellations and mothballing going on lately. So, first off, Ubisoft. Oh boy, Ubisoft. They have updated their year-end financial targets and apparently have canceled 3 unannounced games that they were working on that just aren't going to happen now. One of them was apparently a VR Splinter Cell game. The other 2, we have no idea what they are. But they also said that Mario and Rabbids underperformed. Just Dance 2023 also underperformed, which is kind of crazy to hear. But the last part of it is that Skull and Bones has been delayed again for the 6th time.
Like, what's been wild is they've finally been showing that game off like it's ready to go. But like, it's like, oh, hey, they're showing it off. It's got active betas going on. So it's probably going to come out now, right? It's nope. Oh boy. It's actually kind of sad, like, because if that game came out when it was originally supposed to, it would have been like the biggest fucking thing ever. But I look at it now and I'm going, well, why the hell am I not just going to play Sea of Thieves? Which, yeah, Sea of Thieves started kind of a mess, but it's gotten to the point where it's like super active and super well built out. Oh, Ubisoft.
Fucking insane. Fucking insane.
Because, yeah, like, that was supposed to be...
The only reason why this game...
Sorry.
The only reason why this game hasn't gotten cancelled is because they have a deal with the Singapore government. So, the Singapore government's just like, yeah, you need to make money off of this and pay us back for the money we put into this game.
God, what a mess. What a mess. Like, just... Like, why is it taking them so long, too? That was supposed to be, like, early PS4, late PS3 when they started making it. That was a Black Flag spinoff. We've had
They announced it in 2017.
Yeah, we've had 6 Assassin's Creed games since then. We've had, like, 10 Assassin's Creed games since then.
It's very funny.
God. What a mess.
So they're saying here that they here's the quote here. They said the delay will give it more time to showcase a much more balanced experience and to build awareness. So they are delaying it, I guess, to show it off more, which, like, I don't know, I feel like for a game like this, you would just want to, like, get it out there, let people play it, like, stream it. That's the kind of this is the kind of game where I feel like it's going to be more about, like, just watching people play it instead of, you know, trailers.
It feels like, yeah, the kind of game that honestly makes no sense in the current marketplace. Because, like, I don't know if that kind of ship combat is going to be interesting to watch people stream competitively or whatever esporty bullshit they're going to try to throw in there. Like, it's such a weird thing to even still exist.
No, it might as well not.
They're just going to keep making it for another 13 years until it finally comes out in 2037, the year of
It's the year of Skull and Bones, folks, on the PS7. It's time.
God. Like,
speaking of another game that okay, this one just shouldn't have come out, I guess. This one should have stayed in the oven a little longer. Deathverse Let It Die, which I can't believe, A, that this game came out, and B, that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell was like, oh yeah, let's do a new Let It Die game that has nothing to do with Grasshopper, I mean, I think Uncle Death is in it. Like, I don't know anything about this game. I've never heard anyone talk about it.
Real mediocre.
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. I mean, the original Let It Die was also not very good, but
I will fight you. Let It Die rules, but
it has a cool hook. The gameplay was solid. The design, like the character design was great. It's just the monetization was disgusting and ruined everything about the game.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I'm going to run to this floor 40 times in a row to try to get this one material so I can upgrade a weapon without fucking spending money was insufferable, but I still loved the hell out of the game. I still jump into it every couple of weeks and just like play a little bit because it's fun.
I played a good amount of it. I did. But then after I beat the first boss and it jumped in difficulty like 17 times, I was just like, all right.
Oh,
I'm good.
Yeah, the difficulty spikes are fucking like out of control. Like if you think any Souls type game has a weird difficulty spike at some point, no, nothing compared to Let It Die after you beat that first boss. And then after you beat the second one, it becomes even worse.
That's the
like it is. It literally is. The more you progress, the more they try to force you to spend money, and it's insufferable.
Good. It's not good. So they made some sort of sequel. Again, I don't know exactly what the hell they were doing, but they are taking it offline. But they are not canceling it. This is not the end forever of Deathverse Let It Die gameplay. Instead, they are putting it on ice and trying to fix what's wrong with it and then relaunching it.
Yeah.
Which I guess is, an alright concept. Like, hey, we don't want to just throw this away. We want to give it another go. That's something.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, and also I don't know. It seems like who's gonna come back to this? Who's gonna be like, oh yeah, they fixed everything wrong with Deathverse Let It Die. It's time for me to hop back onto it. Like, what? No, huh?
Why? That's the weird fucky part. Is like, why would you try to make a battle royale style free to play Let It Die? It just did not work with that game's style of gameplay. Like, I played a little bit of it and it just wasn't good. Like, I couldn't bring in any of my Let It Die characters to have an interesting look. I couldn't use any of my Let It Die gear to have interesting weapons.
No?
It's just like, nope, here's I don't even know what the fuck it was trying to be, honestly. It was an extremely confusing game.
Yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. I remember them announcing it at some like PlayStation showcase and just sitting there and just like, what? Like, why? Who? Huh?
Who is this for? What is the why? Yeah. It was like the epitome of that.
Mm-hmm.
Of why does this exist? Why is this a thing?
Deathverse Let It Die.
Well, unfortunately, they let it die.
Kind of.
But I apologize.
No, they put it on ice. It is coming back eventually, supposedly.
20 years from now, when they convince Suda51 to come back, and just kidding. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Let's see here. All right, I guess I could talk about what I've been playing.
Yeah, what have you been playing, John?
I finished AI: The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it was as good as the first one, anywhere near. I think the writing is kind of bad at parts.
Ooh.
I just could not stand all the contrivances in this story. Like, so much of the game is propelled by just random shit happening for no reason. I couldn't get into how all the characters were just like I thought about how they introduced characters in the original, where you're getting involved with this case, you're meeting all these characters as you progress, as they become involved with the story. It felt very natural. But in this one, you're just kind of dumped a bunch of characters, and everyone's just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I know. They're my old buddy. You should know that. You should know Lien. You should know Gen. Like, oh man, yeah." And it's just like, I don't know who these people are. Why should I care about them? And then all these things start happening, and they're like, oh, they're tragic backstories, and it's just like, who? Why do I care about these people? I don't know what's going on. So bizarre.
Yeah. Like,
they really could have done a much better job actually introducing a lot of these characters. And just the general plot is just a bunch of twists for twist's sake. Just like, oh hey, this isn't what it seemed. We're doing, this guy isn't actually this guy, even though we told you that it was this guy earlier before, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I also feel like its status as a prequel, like, kind of took a little bit of tension out of some of it. Because you kind of know where certain characters are ending up and things like that.
I mean, a good chunk of it takes place in the future. So, it's not all, like, it's just, I just think it's a poorly written, like, set of contrivances. They just didn't want to put in the effort to, like, make the characters mean something. And, like, the way they use the old characters is so weird, too. Because it really does just feel like them, like on-ramping you into caring about the new ones. When, like, it would have felt a lot better if you were just like, yeah, here's this case that doesn't have anything to do with the old characters. Like, if they just introduce these new characters with the case, instead of just being like, hey, this case happened, here's all your buddies here to help you out. Like, it just feels so half-baked. And so yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I still think Ryuki would have been way better as a side character. Like, they really should have just focused on Mizuki. Like, I was talking to Rose about it. She was just like, yeah, no, someone absolutely, like a higher up absolutely said, we cannot sell a Mizuki only game. And that is why this happened. And it is such a bummer, because Ryuki's not that bad of a character. I like Ryuki, but I don't really like him as a main character, like, taking up most of the game's time. Like, he's in it more than Mizuki. And that's just, like, shitty. The gameplay is better. Like, they fixed up, like, I had more fun with the Somniums in this one than I did with the other one. I could see why some people wouldn't, but I thought that it was just, streamlining it, making it less like, hunt and peck, just simpler, so you don't have to worry as much. I did like some of the characters, like I liked Shoma and his dad, the Minecraft man.
Yeah.
I liked Gen for the most part too. Like, but I just see again, because I liked Shoma and Shoma's whole deal, because he was introduced through the plot. Like, he was there as part of the story. His dad was part of the story. But then, like, you have like Kizuna and Amame, who are just like, yeah, here's these characters that you're supposed to care about. You remember them, right? Oh man, they're your buddies. And it's like, yeah, Amame was in the first one, but like, she was this like extremely low tier character that appeared like 3 times, and it was just the entire joke was Date has weird fetishes. And then now all of a sudden it's like, well, actually, she's one of the most important characters in the story, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this? Hello? Who cares?
Yeah,
and Date fucks off for like 6 years in the story for no reason. It's so stupid. I'm I'm like I'm not like pissed. I'm just disappointed. I'm just sad. This wasn't as good as it could have been.
Like, it generally sounds like it would have been better if they treated it more like almost an anthology style thing instead of relying on the characters from the first game, which I do feel like when I was watching Solon stream it, I was like, I had those same questions, which was like, why are all these characters from the first game like taking up such important roles? And like, I don't want to feel like, especially in a game like this, like I had to have played the first game to fully understand this one.
See, the thing is that I wish they had gone in one direction or the other. I wish they would have completely separated it from the first game or leaned into the first game more, because there's a part at the beginning of the game where they straight up just like ask you some trivia questions about the first game, and then if you answer them correctly, then they sprinkle in little like references to the first game throughout the script. But because they had to be easily removable for people who didn't answer the quiz correctly or just skipped it or whatever, it's all inconsequential. It's just like it's just people being like, oh, Date, like, Date, why do you look like that? Which I'm not going to elaborate on further if you haven't played the game.
Yeah.
But just stuff like that, where they could just easily answer it as just, oh, shit happened. Like, nothing could actually, like they basically just made the entire first game completely inconsequential because they needed to make the second game be separated from the first one. And that sucks. Yeah. That really sucks.
And like,
it takes the wind out of this. Like it reminds me of Danganronpa 3 or V3, or no, I guess I should say actually Danganronpa 3, the anime, like going back and making things from the first two games like have less impact. And like I don't think AI does it as bad as Danganronpa 3, like changing how Junko was able to like control people into some stupid contrivance. But in this one, it's just like, yeah, you're ruining a bunch of character development, like these characters are not who they were at the end of AI 1, and they're all just like, oh well, that doesn't matter. It's just like, why not? Why didn't that matter? I played the whole fucking game.
Yeah. Like as I said, it's the kind of thing where I feel like it would have been better if they were just like a quick cameo to say, hey, this takes place in the same universe, rather than focus characters.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it did like negatively impact my enjoyment of watching Solon play, because like Solon was getting excited about seeing characters, and I was like, but I didn't play the first one. Why do I care? Like,
yeah, they don't give you enough reason to care about those characters, because like they again, like I kind of disagree with you, because I think that they should have been more involved, because I think that all they were a bunch of cameos. Like, Iris just shows up, and she like she just appears in a couple of scenes to be like, oh hey, here's my friends, they're more important to me in this story. And then she has a somnium for like no fucking reason. They again come up with a contrivance where it's like, oh, she overheard something really important, but then she bumped her head so she can't remember it, so you have to do a whole fucking somnium just to hear this one bit of information that isn't even important information. It never goes anywhere. It's stupid. God, the more I talk about it, the more disappointed I am with this game. Like, seriously, like, it's just, man, what a bummer.
I mean, that's one of the things. It's like, I'll use Man of Steel as an example. I came out of that theater like, oh my god, I want to cry. That movie was so beautiful. And then the more I talked about it, like, within a week, I hated that fucking movie. Like, it's kind of like when I'm something's disappointing.
I'm feeling the same way about it. I'm feeling the same way about it. Like, I know that I, was disappointed with it when I finished it, but like, I'm just like, man, there's just so much about this that's just piled up and made me feel more and more frustrated as time went on.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the more just frustrating it gets, because it's like it should be so much better. Like, especially when writing and stuff like that is an issue that takes away from a game that the entire reason the first one was so fucking good was the writing was so incredibly good.
It's a VN.
Yeah.
It's about writing. It's a game about writing, and they blew it on the writing.
Like, yeah, they got the gameplay parts better. Like, if you could fit, like, the thing that pushed me away from the first one is I started playing it and the Somniums just, like, kind of frustrated me and ended up pushing me away from it. Like, if you could take the Somniums from 2 and work the way they worked into 1, like,
yeah,
that would be a great game. Like, fix the gameplay issues with the gameplay portion of the VN. And then they could take the writing quality from the first one and give it to 2. You could just trade.
Oh well. Like, I don't really want them to make a third one, which sucks, you know, because it's just like I feel like this game didn't really need to happen. Like, I would have rather they just made another game that, like, in another IP or whatever. And I, like, looked through the art book that came with, because I bought the fucking special edition for this game. I bought the limited edition, which I'm not upset about, because I got that Iba figure. I love Iba. I will always love Iba. I don't care. I'm happy I got that figure. But I read through that art book and they were like, "Oh, you know, we would love to make a third one." And I'm just like, y'all don't have to. It's okay. Like,
yeah,
it's good, y'all. You're good. I'm good. You're good. You know, like, I mean, if they did make a third one, it was really good. I'm not gonna be pissed about it. I will be happy, but like, just the way that it is now, I'm just like, don't go out of your way for it, guys.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's fine.
It's the yeah. It can just, we don't need more. Or if you do,
yeah,
just have it take place in the same universe and don't do what you did this time again.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to touch on, games wise?
Well, I want to go on to something that is spectacularly good writing. I have been putting a lot of time into Harvestella, like significant hours. And it might actually be my game of the year. I didn't
be careful. Don't give it away for free.
I it might. I still haven't decided. For all you know, it could be Game of the Generation Neo 2 again. But no, like, I am shocked at how good the writing is. It's up there with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, I put it on the same tier in the side quests. Just add a metric ton to the world, and the writing of them adds so much to the game. Like, the main story is really well written, really, really interesting. Like, twists and like, you get really interesting reveals and what certain people are and what certain races are, and, you know, the way the world works. But the side quests are like, you go into a town and it's like, there aren't any named characters. I don't care about any of these people. The only named characters are the ones that can join your party and have portraits and can become dating, you know, options after you finish the game. Instead, like, as you get further in the game, side quests start opening up, and suddenly those characters have names. They go from little girl to, you know, Gen, to you know, little boy, to, you know, they get names and they get stories. Like, there's one of them, one of the first quests you get is these kids are having, they're all three of them are best friends. They're having fun together. And one of them starts acting really withdrawn. And you find out that her parents are moving out of town. And the other kids find that out. And everyone's upset. Your entire thing is just letting everyone come to accept the fact that this character is going to have to move and bring them together closer as friends. And all of a sudden, the entire town has names as you do side quests and build it out. And it's such good writing through and through from start to finish. Like every step of the way, I have been like, oh, I want to further the main story, but also these side quests are so good that I want to knock out every single one of them as soon as they become available, because it's such a cool thing how it builds out the world, and like everything about the game that has hooked me. The farming is good. Like it didn't need to be this good. The entire purpose of it is really just to farm money. So that you can upgrade your weapons, and buy stuff, but like it's fun, and like having an infinite water can instead of having to run to a well every 5 minutes is pretty nice. And just like as you build it out, more options and more things you can craft become available, and everything's like really easy and streamlined, and like it just really, really works as a whole of a game. The only thing I wish it had is voice acting, because all the characters do have voices that you only hear in battle. And none of the story is voice acted, and it's. I mean, you could tell it's because they weren't given enough money. But like, my only hope is with a sequel, which they've talked about wanting to turn it into a franchise because the game has been really successful. My hope is that they can get voice acting in there so more people can enjoy it, because it is a phenomenal game.
So, yeah, it's a farming game with dating sim elements and side quests and all that. So, have there been any like side quests or other things that have been like big highlights for you?
I mean, I would call it more of a full-on JRPG. It is
okay.
Like more RPG than farming. Like as I said, like one of my highlight side quests so far has been one in the first extra town I got to go to, which was just this little girl at an orphanage suddenly acting like a complete little shit, like breaking stuff and being rude and like essentially, it's the kind, all the teachers there are just like, I don't know what's gotten into her. She was just such a nice girl, and yet she's been so rude for the last couple of weeks, and I don't know why. And then you find out it's because she's about to be adopted by another family, but she had taken on like the mentor role or the older sister role for a new girl that just showed up, and her entire thing is, I don't want to be the one that's adopted. I've been here for years. I understand what it's like to not have parents, but this new girl who just showed up, she should be the one they should adopt. And like, it's her entire thing of acting like a just complete little shit so that people won't want to adopt her. But they'll want to adopt this other girl so she can have parents. And it's just this really, really like sad and in the end really heartwarming story where it ends up. And like the writing of it is just like where I got hooked on I'm going to do every side quest imaginable, because these are all really good and like really sad a lot of times, but they all end like with some bit of positivity. that, it's all really heartwarming in the end, but it really tears at your heartstrings, and it's so good. It's so good.
All right. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right. Well, our last bit of news here is kind of sort of not about video games, but sort of kind of also involved with video games. So Dungeons and Dragons over at Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro have been under some real scrutiny lately, because they announced that they were going to revise their open gaming license, where they're basically just going to make it more difficult to work with the D&D with the whole with their framework, as it were, to make games, to play games, to run things on like actual play podcasts and streams, to make content based on D&D, just overall make it a huge goddamn mess to just participate in tabletop role-playing in general, online or otherwise. And so pretty quickly people found out that this would probably be something illegal for them to do. They would not be able to change their license in any way so quickly, and or also to like shut things out. A bunch of different companies, including let me see here, I think Elvia wrote down some of the companies. Paizo, who does Pathfinder, they said that their system will have an open RPG license. Pretty much Wizards finally backtracked and were just like, yeah, we're not going to actually announce this. We're going to try to figure it out. We're going to try to figure out something else. Yeah, it just seemed like a really, really big mess, and now they're not going to do it, or at the very least they're going to try to change it to make it not be something that completely screws over a bunch of people and keeps them from making money like playing or licensing D&D.
Yeah.
But it also got a bunch of the competitors to, get off their ass.
Yeah.
And make their own spin on these tabletop games and allow them to be open source so more people can play them and build on them and not have to worry about all that bullshit.
Yeah. Like most are, like, and that's what's so messed up. Like, most of them ran under what D&D had set up. That's the entire reason like Pathfinder and Paizo exist, is because they were able to take essentially D&D, the version of D&D they liked, and keep building on it. And make it its own thing that's still that version of D&D. Whereas yeah, like shifting it to be more restrictive like takes away so much from what makes tabletop gaming great. Like you look at things like the Apocalypse World engine, which spawned like hundreds of games. Like, the amount of games you see that are powered by the Apocalypse World or stuff like that is, like, everywhere. Because it's, and it's because of that open gaming license that everyone kind of was working under, where, hey, this is a really good system of how to build things out. It lets us keep building things. It lets us make our own modules and sell them and make money off of them, and like make money off of our own creativity, whether it's with D&D or with these other games, like building, so them suddenly going, yeah, we're going to massively restrict this, and if you want to do something with our new system, you're going to have to give us money for it. Or if you even want to stream our games, like, what the fuck? Like, I can't do an actual play podcast with your new D&D system without paying you money? Like,
you're doing advertising for them by doing those things. You shouldn't have to pay them on top of it, you know?
Like, yeah, you have an active partnership with Critical Role now that, you know, they're stuck there. But, like, if this had been, like, 5 years ago, then Critical Role probably would have just gone, all right, we're going to go back to fucking Pathfinder. Fuck you. Because, you know, this is garbage. Like, there are a lot of podcasts that probably are going to, and a lot of Twitch streams that probably are just going to go, all right, we're going to play different games now because fuck you, that's why. Until they figure out what they are going to do with their open gaming license, because even with them pulling it back, you don't know what they're going to do to change whatever this new version is. You don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know if they're still gonna have weird fucking stipulations in there that are like, hey, if you want to build something out, then you have to pay us, but you can stream as long as it doesn't go to X amount of viewers. If you stream to, if you hit more than 100 average viewers or whatever, then you have to give us money or some shit like that. It'll, you know they're still going to, because it's Hasbro and a corporate, we want money.
They're gonna fuck something up.
They're gonna,
they want to treat D&D like a continuous money maker that sees continued like upwards profits, like they've been treating Magic, and that's just insane. Because D&D is not something that you can just like churn content out for. It is something that you give a structure to people, and then they create the content for themselves.
Yeah.
So trying to get them to continuously spend money on something like D&D is just asinine, because they have like these, websites where you can, like, I think they have like I think it's like D&D Beyond or whatever, where you can use it to play D&D online.
D&D Beyond fucking ruled. It was all the rule books right there at your fingertips. Like, it was a good system for a while, and then D&D actually bought it from the people who were running it, instead of just like, that company had a license with D&D, and then D&D bought it, and it became like a lot more user unfriendly after. A lot more, hey, give us more money for X amount of stuff. It just kind of fucking sucks the way Hasbro has been, like, not understanding why D&D became what it is, because D&D is what it is now because of the things they want to limit. Like, it became popular because of, not because it's the best game, but because of, like, Critical Role made it fucking popular. Like, Twitch and all these streamers are what made it popular. The McElroys made it popular. And it's because of that it expanded out, and a lot of people who never would have touched it before actually dipped their toes in. And for them, the only game is Dungeons and Dragons, because that is what, got them into tabletop. But you're throwing that away, because a lot of those people are.
I mean, this is very similar to what's happening with Magic the Gathering too. Like, Hasbro is just having a really, really shitty time with their higher ups, just squeezing every last bit of water out of the rocks that they have here, instead of just letting them be continuous, like, steady money makers. They need to be way higher profits all the time. Like, they put out so much product in Magic the Gathering. Like, again, I don't know Magic that well, but like, they put out like so many fucking cards. I need to, let me look up exactly how many. Like,
I mean, there's a new expansion every year, pretty much, which has hundreds of cards.
Well, no, I mean, like, they put out so many more expansions and, like, content and all this. Like here, yeah, in 2022 they printed. Let me see here. They printed 10,498 card variations, which are 14.7% of all cards in the entire history of the game. They printed 425 new commanders, which were 25% of all commanders in the entire game. That is fucking insane. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Reached 10,000 cards total, like, two years ago. And they printed 10,000 cards in 1 year, last year, for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
that's nuts. That's unsustainable. They cannot keep doing this. Like, people aren't able. Like, yeah, there's a list of all the stuff that came out. There's like, okay, because they have their secret layers and stuff too.
Yeah,
but still, 1, 2, 3, like 33 new products throughout the entire year. They did like 3 new products every month. When, like, yeah, again, like, you look at Yu-Gi-Oh!, you look at Pokemon and stuff, they put out like a new set or a new deck or something every month. It's like, yeah, you can get like the new structure deck this month, or there's a new set this month. You could buy like a box or two. Like, it's expensive, but it's nowhere near as expensive as this shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no, Magic is the most, like, it always has been pretty bad at, like, just like, no, you're gonna want long boxes of cards galore. You're gonna need every color possible deck so that you can be competitive. And it's just like, it's always been kinda a lot, but the last year, I didn't know it was that bad. Holy shit.
It was that bad. I mean, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is expensive if you're buying singles and all that. And, like, yeah, it would be nice if Yu-Gi-Oh! Had, like, a draft format. But, like, Magic has a draft format. But it is expensive to get into that because they made the packs more expensive. And, you know, like, there's just so many different like drafting experiences. It's really hard to keep up with, like, okay, yeah, here, I'm like, am I gonna buy this box or this box? Which boxes are people playing? You know, like, what's the most current? What is good? What is bad? It's so hard to keep up with what's going on. And then, yeah, like, if you want to play Commander, if you want to be competitive in any way, you have to keep up so much stuff. So, like, even if you are just buying singles, it's just, it has to take up so much of your brain. And it's like, this is supposed to be a hobby, not a job. So, yeah, that's the big problem. Like, yeah, it just seems like Hasbro is treating a lot of their content like that. They canceled a couple of, like, Wizards of the Coast games, too. Like, they didn't specify exactly what they were, like, if they were Magic or D&D or whatever. But, like, there were Wizards games in development that got canceled probably because they thought, oh, these aren't going to make $1 quadrillion. So, nope, not worth it. They just, Hasbro and Wizards just seems to be on a collision course with disaster, which, you know, they're I don't know, we'll see about that. At the very least, Wizards seems like it's on a collision course with disaster, because Hasbro itself seems like they're fine. Like, their action figures seem like they're doing fairly well. Like, everyone I know who's into action figures is pretty happy with what's going on over there. Like, you know, I mostly know Transformers fans, but I see people talking about, like, G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends and all that, and people seem pretty happy with those, even though the prices are going up a little bit. Like, people still seem to be like, yeah, no, these are still good products.
Yeah.
But the card games and the tabletop and all that over at Wizards of the Coast just seems really, really bad, and I feel very bad for everyone who's interested in that. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who are just like, just stop playing D&D and play something else. And it's just like, you know, like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, you know, it would be nice if the big, like, mainstream game that was, you know, basically the representative to the mainstream of what a tabletop game is, wasn't a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have to be like, oh, well, this thing that everyone knows about already is horrible. You need to play this, like, game that someone made in 24 hours and put up on itch.io. Like, you know, like, it's like, I'm not saying that those games are bad. I'm just saying, like, you're going to bring in a lot more people if the big mainstream representative isn't just this horrible trash fire. Like people are going to be pulling into the fucking it's like imagine the world of tabletop is a big stadium. If there's a huge dumpster fire in the middle of the stadium, no matter how nice the rest of the performance is, you're going to be looking over and just being like, hey, there's a huge dumpster fire over there. I can't really pay attention to everything that's going around it.
And the thing is the significant amount of people who are in that arena, probably the most of them, came to watch that dumpster. Nothing else, because for a lot of people, D&D is the only tabletop game, and you aren't going to convince them to play another. Like, a lot of times, you aren't going to convince them to come over here and play Apocalypse World, play Heroes, play, any of these other games. Whereas,
I'm sure Pathfinder is an easy sell, but again, if you're basically the thing is that if you're talking to someone who's never played a tabletop game before, and you're like, okay, we're gonna play Pathfinder, you're going to explain it as it's D&D but with some stuff fixed, that's basically how it's going to be introduced. And it's just still, if someone is looking from afar and it's oh, D&D, that thing that's the horrible mess that everyone says sucks, why would I want to play another tabletop game if these are just like D&D? It's just all about optics. And again, I get it, I get why people are oh, we should just play other games. I get it. Still, fuck. These games should just be good. It should just be good.
Yeah. Well, they just shouldn't be a fucking mess around them. The new D&D could be amazing, but with all the shit going on around it, it's I don't want to play it. I don't want to make content for it, whereas other games, I ran a long-running game of a game called Masks, because, I like weird superhero shit. I want to be able to do that with D&D. I want to be able to make up custom rule sets for things and publish a book with those custom rule sets. Because one of the things I did with my last D&D campaign I ran was I made a ton of custom rules for specific things that I was always that I thought about publishing, because it would have made it so that you could make a Suikoden fucking D&D game with the D&D 5.5 system. But, the way they're doing it now, all those custom rules that I came up with, if they go through with this, I couldn't publish them and share to people. I couldn't be hey, here's a fun way to bring some other stuff into D&D, into your D&D campaign. Here's a fun way to do some stuff. No, it's it would be impossible. Without paying them money, it's such a shitty fucking thing.
Very frustrating. All right. Well, that does it for the news. That does it for all the games. Let's move on to questions. Actually, wait. Okay, there is one quick bit of news here, which is just a weird thing that just popped up right now. The game Lost Ark on Steam. I don't really know anything about it. I don't know if I've ever heard of this game.
It's a Korean MMO that plays like Diablo.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Apparently, I don't know how long you have to have been inactive on the game for this to happen. But apparently, if you play the game for a little bit or something and then didn't play it again for a really long time, the game banned you, and you get a VAC ban notice on your Steam profile. So you get a ding on your profile for being VAC banned, which is just fucked up. Which is really fucked up, because you're just getting banned for not playing a game. It just says, Haven't played since February. Got VAC banned this morning. Thanks, Lost Ark. Very cool.
I guess I need to go log on, because what the fuck?
Banned for being inactive. Banned for being inactive. Do not add this game to your Steam account. If you try it out and decide you don't like it, there's a risk they will issue a VAC ban to your Steam account because your account has low playtime and is at risk for potentially being used by bots. So they're basically just going around and banning people because they're being hacked by bots. So that's how they're trying to...
That's how they're trying to combat the fact that 3/4 of the player count is bots.
That's fucked up.
That's extremely fucked up.
Yeah, I guess go check your account.
Because that could fuck somebody out of their... Like, what the fuck? How do I see if I've got a VAC ban on my account?
I guess it would just show up on your profile. I don't want to
view my profile. I don't want to
dox your Steam profile. Yeah, see if you got a VAC ban on there straight up.
I don't seem to, but that's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Yeah, that's not good. I would say that is not good at all. Yeah, maybe look into getting that like removed from your profile or something, or I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that this will be something that they fix. Like, I think, Steam has said that any company that uses their systems in an illegitimate way will get removed from the system. So I bet this game is probably just going to get taken off of Steam. That's like straight up.
Just like fuck you, Amazon.
Or at the very least, they will not be able, like, the bannings won't be tied to VAC bans anymore or something. They will. I'm sure Steam will fix this because it is just a big mess.
Yeah, that's extremely fucked up.
Just incompetence. All right. Let's move on to questions now. Let's do questions. Questions. If you want to send in a question, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like these folks right here. This one's not a question, it's just a statement. But I agree with the statement. Anonymous says, I think games should bring back big juicy turkeys and the like as healing items. Yeah.
Like, I kind of I miss my wall turkey.
I mean, when I eat some turkey, I definitely feel healed. So
yeah, I get a little tired sometimes, but that's usually just because I eat way too much turkey.
I mean, sometimes that tiredness is part of the healing process. Sometimes you gotta be tired.
You gotta just nom that. You gotta break a wall and nom on the turkey that's in there.
You could go for a turkey sandwich today. That sounds pretty good.
Does.
Maybe I'll have that for dinner. I'll be healed. Maverick sent us in a question. Because he couldn't be on the show, so he still sent in a question. He said, last week I went to Distant Worlds, the Final Fantasy concert. It was really fun, and I was sitting in the same row as Yoko Shimomura, never letting that go. Anyway, is there a game series whose music you'd want to see given orchestral performance treatment, like Final Fantasy, Zelda, and the like? Or you're going to say Suikoden?
Well, I've been to, I have tickets for the Distant Worlds in June.
Okay.
I've been to the Zelda Symphony. That was amazing. I've live streamed the Suikoden ones, which have been done, so I can't say that. But honestly, you know what I would kill for a live concert of? Fucking Xenoblade Chronicles X. Or just Xenoblade Chronicles in general, but mostly X, because that soundtrack fucking slaps. Check, give me a Xenoblade one of those, and fuck, I'd be there in 2 seconds. Holy shit.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I would enjoy that. I mean, I know that it was something that already happened, but God, I would love to have been at that Super Smash Bros. Melee orchestral performance. I have the CD, and I listen to it every once in a while, but God, I would love to just be there. I would have cried. I'm not afraid to say it. I would have cried. I don't know what else would be. I mean, I think like a Pokemon Symphony would be really great. I would also probably cry at that. Maybe like Castlevania would be cool. I'm looking over at the games, at my games.
That would be fun.
I mean, God, yeah. I mean, I think Pokemon would be my big one. Or like Metal Gear, maybe.
Metal Gear
that
would
wouldn't
rule.
happen, but Metal Gear would be really cool. I mean, like I would just like I would love for them to just do like another like more modern version of the Smash Bros. Symphony where it's just like, yeah, here's a bunch of like songs from all the different games that were included in Smash in Ultimate, like one song for each character. I mean, well, actually, maybe not that many because there's that would be very, very long. But maybe like one song per franchise or something.
Yeah,
that would be fun. I can see that happening.
Like, especially with what they have now.
Exactly, yeah.
Get some
Shula says... Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, no, it's okay. Continue.
Shula says, when I was a teenager, I got grounded from video games for my grades, and my brain interpreted it as being grounded for a whole year. I spent the entire year playing my Game Boy in secret, and when the year was up, I asked my mom if I was ungrounded, and she had no idea what I was talking about. What's the worst you've ever misinterpreted something?
Oh,
that's really good. I don't think I've ever misinterpreted something that bad.
Yeah, that's... Oh, boy. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything on this level.
I can't think of... Yeah, like... I mean, the most I've misinterpreted something is, like, buying the wrong thing for someone.
I have some small ones. One of them is a recent thing that happened to me, and then another one is just something that my mom did. I'll start with the mom one. My mom rented the Japanese film Ringu multiple times instead of The Ring, which she didn't want to watch the Japanese version because she was just like, oh, the subtitles are too hard for me. And I was like, Ma, you could just try it. And she was like, no, I want to watch the American one. She kept like she rented Ringu like 4 or 5 times in a row from Blockbuster. And I would just say, Ma, you have to get the one that says The Ring. The Ring. And she just didn't do it. She kept getting Ringu. Like, the people at Blockbuster must have been like, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? She's returning the movie and then just renting it again. Just off the shits for sure. And recently, people are making fun of me for this one. The Mr. Beast meme that has been going around. I did not know that the Mr. Beast that is in the Epic Rap Battles of History video is not the actual Mr. Beast. I thought that was actually him. I had seen images of Mr. Beast before, but I never like studied him very much. So the guy who plays him in the rap battle, like, I don't know, I thought it was just like a bad angle of him because it was a really stupid looking angle. He does a very dumb looking face, which is like supposed to be part of the joke. But I was just like, okay, yeah, Mr. Beast would probably make that stupid ass face. I just didn't know. I thought that was Mr. Beast, and it is not.
I have no idea who Mr. Beast is. I'm so glad I don't pay attention to YouTube shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just know he's a rich dude who, like, basically, like, okay, he literally did Squid Games in real life, but, like, everything that he does is just like the reason why Squid Games is made, because he just does stuff that's like, challenging people to do stuff to get money. So it's just like, he's not like full on like degrading people, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Like, degrade yourself for me so I can pay off your debts. It's a pretty gross concept. But I did think that he was in that rap battle video, and I thought the meme was him, and it was not. It was not actually him. And finally, Chetlabuster asks, what was the last game that you held? And this is in reference to the new sensational Chooch forum that we have on our Discord server, the GameZone.zone. Where we post pictures of us holding games. Now, This is very similar to the Tumblr blog that Jeff Grossman made back in the day, the game Touchers. But here's the thing. A, this is active. This is going. Game Touchers hasn't posted in a long time. B, they were touching games. We're holding them. It's different. So, Lorelei, what was the last game that you held?
The last game I held is actually the Amazing Spider-Man Miles Morales, because I just took it out of my PS5 like 2 hours ago to put in Bloodstained. So actually Bloodstained was the last game I held because I put it into my PS5's disk drive.
So you're holding it. Did you appreciate the case? Did you look at the disc? Did you appreciate the packaging?
No, I just kind of took the disc out and put it in the console because I wanted to play.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Then you didn't hold that game. You transferred it from the console to your case. No, I'm talking about, when was the last time you held a game? And when was the last time you just sat
and caressed the box and
I mean, doesn't have to be sensual, but I'm just saying, like, when was the last time you just sat there and were like, I'm happy that I have this game and that I can look at it and hold it, look at the manual and appreciate it?
That actually would be Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I hooked up my Wii U a couple of days ago and actually specifically hooked it up because I wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I did have that box in my hand. I did have that disc in my hand, and I admired it because that game fucking rules.
The last time I held a game, I'm looking in the Game Holders server, the forum. I did put my hands on a copy of X-Men vs. Street Fighter, the arcade game, because it is at the arcade that I work at. And that was a good hold. I didn't get all up. Listen, before anyone asks, I did not get all up on the X-Men vs. Street Fighter arcade machine, but I did just like sit there and appreciate the attract mode, the marquee. So much of that game is very cool, and I'm happy to have the ability to play it sometimes. I think everyone should go out of their way and look through their game collection, whether it's small or large, and just hold a game. Like, appreciate all the work that went into that game. It's like, and not just the actual development of the game, but like the packaging, the art, the
flavor on
manual.
That Switch cartridge.
Not that. I don't want people to message us and be like, hey, I threw up because I licked my my Switch cartridge. But look at your Switch cartridge and look at the art on it and be like, oh wow, that's really tiny. They fit that on there? That's crazy. Because it is crazy. It's really cool. Let's appreciate some games. Let's hold games. Let's do that. All right, well, that'll do it. Lorelei, is there anything you want to go over before we wrap this up?
Nope, I think I'm good, although I'm kind of baffled that apparently I made a game with zombies in it got an update today. It's like a freaking Xbox Live Arcade game.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
It's pretty funny. All right, folks. Well, you can find us at videogamechoochoo.com. It's our website. Twitter at VGCC. Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. And if you put a /ask at the end of that, you can send us questions for the podcast. Facebook.com/videogamechoochoo. YouTube.com/videogamechoochoo. Twitch.tv/VGCC. All those different sites. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/VGCC, $3 a month for access to unlimited Railworks or anime podcast a whole week early, plus any other special stuff. We even have exclusive content. I don't know what else we're going to do, but we do have that video that we're not going to release anywhere else. It's just the video of us ranking anime characters. to replace us on the podcast if we like explode or something. If any of us step on a landmine, I don't know. You can come hang out with us in the GameZone.zone, our Discord server. Type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. Come on in and hold some games. Talk about that with us. It's honestly the best thing that's happened in that Discord in a long while. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's good. It's good in there. It's very good. And thank you to Magic Circuit/Melt Channel for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic Surreal. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. Their music is available all the time, but if you want to buy it, Bandcamp Friday is the best time to do it. It's the first Friday of every month. Lorelai, where can people find you?
You find me at twitter.com and twitch.tv.com/Judgment Scythe, where I'm shitting out opinions on Twitter and streaming 5 times a week on Twitch.
You can find me at JOHN_MICHONSKI on Twitter, and I'll just be posting stuff. I don't know. Stuff. I'm at work a lot lately. I got promoted, so I'm busy.
Is it wrong that every time you spell your last name, your Twitter thing, I sing it to the tune in my head of the Mickey Mouse Club?
Yes, because I do it sometimes too, and I don't like that I do it.
I hate it. I'm glad I'm not the only one, purpose. Though.
It's just, Mr. Mouse and I both have the MIC at the beginning, so, you just kind of yeah. Villain. That'll do it, though. Thanks so much for listening, and we will be back, not next week, but most likely the week after, with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long, everybody.